What is going on, my YouTube friends, all my Patreon friends, all my angel friends? How we living? Have you burned out your metaphorical CDs of the record yet? Does any of the songs not work? Come on, man. In the LP days, I know you guys would be on your third and second versions already. My friend Andy so graciously had been checking and making sure that I've been doing the staples. He'd been checking my playlist, and I appreciate that. Because the playlist stuff gets me really confused in my head. Anyways, Angelina Jordan, Seventh Heaven. Angelina Jordan presents. I looked. I thought I had heard this one or saw this one. Maybe it was just from the message you sent me. But I double checked to make sure I didn't watch it, and it doesn't say I watched it. So here we go. I've got all Angelina Jordan's links in the description box, all my social media links that I use or that I engage with her in the description box, and I'd appreciate if y'all gave her all the love you could. The EP's out. Make sure you're buying it. Make sure you're streaming it. All the good love. I've got, which one will I put in there? I'll put Diamond in the description box. Let's give some of them some streams. I could probably put the whole record in there. If I can find the whole record as like a link, I'll put it in there. There'll be stuff in there. My Patreon link's in there too if you want to come hang out. Support the dream. And I just need my audio mixer, and let's do this. Okay.
Oh, you know a lot of bitterness. There is nothing to do about it. Life should be, live with hope. Oh, you know a lot of bitterness. There is nothing to do about it. Don't give up, don't give up. 'Cause it's right in front of you.
Cool, man. Cool. Very cool. So this is giving me more flavors of the EP that we just listened to, right? Old Enough? Interesting. I like that they have the upright bass playing. I'm pretty sure a synthesized bass line. It might be written based off of like an upright line, but I feel like me seeing the upright makes me correlate it to sounding like an upright more than it actually is. But I wasn't there. There's probably a million ways you can make it sound like this, but it sounds cool, man. That it's got like a bounce to it, the real low end. And her voice is like, that's why I backed it up all this way. I want to listen to everything she's doing because she's got some fun runs that feel like they're trailing off into her like dope vibrato, like the kind of fry vibrato instead of finishing the run, and I almost like it. Yeah, come on, I want to hear it again.
Oh, you know a lot of bitterness. There is nothing to do about it. Life should
Like about it, like it's kind of got like a fall off to it. It's kind of got like a, I don't know what it's called, where the note starts here and you run off, but it's almost kind of like a walk down. I don't know, it's interesting. She's got more prominent ones though.
be, life should be, live with hope. Oh, you know a lot of bitterness. There is nothing to do about it. Don't give up, don't give up.
See, that was another one. Don't give up. I thought she was gonna keep going in the walk, but it's like it becomes this fried vibrato again. Like,
Don't give up, don't give up. 'Cause it's right in front of your eyes. Seven on my shoulders, falls heavy. Sometimes I feel all my dreams are slowly fading. I see myself in the mirror. I wanna love the person looking back at me. Seven on my shoulders, falls heavy.
very cool chorus. Very cool chorus. I'm gonna give it another listen.
All my dreams heavy. Sometimes I feel all my dreams are slowly fading. I see myself in the mirror. I wanna love the person looking back at me.
I was like, there's so much distinction through like subtle movements. Like I think they're only like half note moves. Let me get the note.
Mirror, I wanna love the
I wanna love, like just the way that she has like color and energy in that. It sounds like a much bigger movement than it actually is. It almost makes it like more interesting than it should be.
person looking back at me. Seven on my shoulders, falls heavy. Sometimes
I like it.
I wanna be powerful. Gotta find the strength. a miracle, but there's nothing in you. Sometimes you have to let go and get lost in the moment. Sometimes you wanna be careless and let go of sadness. Seven on my shoulders, falls heavy.
Ooh, I think I've seen this scene or this thumbnail before, but I'm getting distracted in the long held note falling over top of the chorus. Man, this is a cool place to place that. Normally that would be like in a bridge or something like that, but after the second verse, very cool, very cool. I like the like kind of story that's being told here, and if I'm catching it right, it's kind of like this, maybe you're stuck in the 9 to 5 or the rat race, as it were, but you're kind of taking back your power in a sense of like, you know, she was even playing the drum on like on the big sauce pot or whatever. It was like boom, boom, right? Just like little things like that. And like, you know, she's probably like, I think she was eyeing something up, or she was kind of dancing at a little twirl to her step a little bit. Like there's kind of this back and forward, this kind of like little dichotomy being created here, and I kind of like it.
Miracle, but there's nothing in you. Sometimes you have to let go and get lost in the moment. Sometimes you wanna be careless and let go of sadness. Seven on my shoulders, falls heavy. Sometimes I feel all my dreams are slowly fading. I see myself in the mirror. I wanna love the person looking back at me. Seven on my shoulders, falls heavy.
Like, oof. Those riffs are getting like, they're getting nasty. Like, I think that's a part of how she's building it right now. She's kind of, she's singing more, like she's adding more technical kind of behaviors to her singing and patterns and stuff now. And I think that's a part of how it's building, because the beat stayed like really chill. And I think the only thing we've really added is like that kind of Nord or that like road sound. Like it's just kind of like some walking jazz chords. But the rest of it is basically just this bass
I see myself in the mirror. I want
and the piano. Yeah. Bum, 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 bum. That's basically it, right?
to love the person looking back at me.
Little snare.
Seven on my shoulders, falls heavy. Seven, no. Seven, no.
So like again, not again. I watched a video. Y'all probably didn't watch it. I watched another artist earlier who's like solidified 20, 25, maybe 30 years of singing this and that. Also used the big room noise as like a negative space filler. And Angelina Jordan, she's like one of my go-tos when it comes to filling negative space. Like if I'm trying to be creative with a vocal or with a track, a ballad I'm writing right now, I've tried to address the negative space a little differently because of Angelina Jordan. And I saw this exact thing right here where she does the seventh and it just carries over, fills that negative space there. And it's like apparently a classic thing, man. Apparently that's like a staple. Hear that?
To do about it. Life should be, live with her.
And that, like, aside from that last cadence being like unreal, all that really like showed me from a technical standpoint is she can do the riffs loud and she can do them quiet. Like, how much control does a person need?
Life should be, live with her.
The look, the stare too, you see that?
Live with her.
I'm gonna catch it. Like, look at that. Look at that. Oh. Me and AJ. think we both have hazel eyes. Fun. Division of UMG recordings. So Republic Records. Yeah, man, that sounds like they really did a good job on a lot of this production stuff. Because like they're keeping it true. Like it really doesn't stray that far away from what... No, it was pretty surprising. But like if you listen to like the roots of the music and like the setups and how they've approached a lot of the things, I think a lot of those roots are still true. It's just... like this seems to be the progression, right? Where it's still jazzy, it's still kind of classically, even maybe a little gospel influenced, but like very modern, right? And it seems like if this came out a year or 2 years ago, it seems like they've been working towards that progression, building up to this EP and then later, I guess, to the full project, right? I like it. I really liked it. I think she smoked that vocal line though. Smoked it. And this is I try to be careful with this conversation because I don't want it to sound like I'm trying to argue with anybody. The discussion of Angelina Jordan being a one-take performer, recording artist is fabulous. It's great. One take is just not always what you want. Like, if you can run a mile in one go, like, great. That's dope. Like, that's you should do that often, right? But it doesn't mean that you have to all the time. You might want to enjoy a brisk sprint. A mile's probably not that far, but you know what I mean? Like, you don't need to do the whole song in one take. And this is an example where in the second verse, she wanted to carry over and have this big, long note go over into the chorus. And so she was only doing the one take. Those things wouldn't be possible, right? So this is where, like, for me, the one take thing is really cool. And this could have been a one... You really want to get into it. From a production standpoint, this song could have been a one take, sort of, right? So she might have done from beginning to end as just one take instead of like, you know, verse, chorus, verse. So beginning to end, sing everything you can. We'll touch up the chorus section that you didn't. We'll duplicate the chorus over. She might have done it 2 or 3 different ways and they kept the parts that she liked. So it very well still could be down that avenue of one take. It's just there's still multiple layers to it. And I'm trying to find language around that so that we can communicate around that without it sounding like a battle. Because I don't want it ever to sound like I'm trying to put someone down for having like a cut. Like, I think that that's important. Like, I described it once as, you know, live, you might want to sing at 100%. You might leave it all on the table, add some emotion in there. Maybe you're at 105%, 110%. But on a record, it's harder to portray that stuff. So you kind of need it to be more than perfect on the record, and that usually just takes away from the one take. But like, if you think about it, like a live take is a one take, right? So like, absolutely kudos. But this would be one of those examples where I think it's important that she got to do her thing. She got to get her thing off in the song rather than focus on like some like kind of technical prowesses, right? But anyways, that's for a future discussion. We've got a live stream coming up. I've sent the record to a buddy or two and they hadn't listened to it in depth enough for my liking, for the element that I want to bring to y'all. So we're still working on that. But until then, my friends, don't forget to engage with Angelina Jordan's stuff down below. Make sure you're streaming and picking up the record if you haven't already. I got my Patreon link in the description box if you got any requests you want to send me. See you on the next one.